These stories are inspired by the actual case files of the Office of Scientific Investigation and Research.
Get out of here! Go and get you mangy dogs! Damn coyotes. Get their own food. I want to spend raising cattle.
The Wolfman, American Werewolf in London, The Howling. Now, these are horror films known to millions. What you may not know is that they were inspired in part by the documented cases of human lycanthropes, or werewolves, which were extensively witnessed and investigated in St. Claude and Poligny, France during the 1500s. These ancient accounts and the myths they originated remain an indelible part of our interest in the supernatural. Is it actually possible for a man to take on the physical attributes of a wolf? Well, this question was addressed by the OSIR in case number 702134.
Five head of cattle lost in 3 days. 10 last month alone. How do you run a farm with figures like that?
I know, George. We're dealing with it. It's probably just a pack of mean coyotes.
Last time, Sheriff, I'm telling you, it wasn't no damn coyotes. Now, you got that?
So what was it, George? And don't start in with that werewolf crap again, because I ain't having any of it.
Well, how do you explain 3 cows cut down with their stomachs ripped open in 2 seconds? One creature alone did it. It wasn't no damn coyotes. I saw it myself. It was a man alone with eyes like a wolf. Enough,
George. Spread out now. Keep your eyes open.
Ray! Ray! Ray!
Come on, little doggies. Come to Papa. Come on, boy. Here, boy.
Sheriff, he got him.
Who?
Oh, sweet Lord, it got him bad.
Show me where, Sheriff.
Real
Show me where.
bad. wasn't far off. Oh, Lord, it could have been me.
This ain't good, Harry. No, it ain't, George. I can see that.
Case Manager Connor Doyle, initial case log entry, file number 702134. Having been contacted by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we're investigating strange livestock mutilations and a brutal murder in the vicinity of a small farming community.
I had to go federal with it because, well, you can't solve a problem that you don't understand.
What course of action did you take initially?
We went out looking for whatever it was that's killing George Collins' livestock. I mean, I thought it was just a pack of bad coyotes or maybe some kids pulling some kind of sick joke on the old man.
Until Mr. Velez was killed.
Something ripped Ray to shreds. Not 100 yards from one of my deputies. That was not a pretty sight, I can tell you.
Did you find anything out there, any evidence?
Nope. We laid traps all through them woods and never caught a thing.
Your report says that there haven't been any livestock mutilations in the past 72 hours.
That's right, yeah. It's kind of strange, don't you think? All that killing and nothing.
The damage to Mr. Velez's body matches the singular bite and claw marks we found on the mutilated livestock. The victim's throat was slashed first, so as to silence him as quickly as possible. This was followed by swift disembowelment. He died of shock and loss of blood. I can't conclusively determine what could have caused this kind of mutilation.
Something is killing my cattle. It isn't no regular type animal. It's a werewolf. I saw it myself. Running on all fours with glowing eyes. A huge, hairy man. How else could he be smart enough to avoid the traps? He's part man and part wolf.
These incision marks are incredibly jagged. Jugular severed just below the neck.
It's quite a mess. No chance this is a farming accident.
Too much damage. There isn't a coyote in the world capable of making an incision this long. Hold the stomach wall open for me. I need to get in deeper.
I thought these things smelled bad on the outside. Remarkable. Hurry up, LQ. This thing's heavy.
This animal has no heart. It's missing. Check the other corpses for hearts.
Okay, come with me.
Heart was ripped out in the attack?
Yeah. But whatever did this avoided the other vital organs. Left them alone deliberately.
He went straight for the heart.
Separate witnesses reported seeing this man, Galen, near the woods the night before several other mutilations. Sheriff Reed said he's caught him a number of times wandering around the ex-Collins property.
According to our information, he's a drifter. No fixed address.
Probably out looking to steal some clothes or get a free meal from a sympathetic farmer.
It's not an easy thing to come by these days.
It's all right, we're not the police.
We just need to ask you a few questions. Is any one of you Galen?
That's the man they described.
Are you Galen?
Can we speak to you for a moment? No trouble.
I'm really very busy right now. It's bad time, actually.
Please, it'll only take a minute.
A minute. For you, 5 minutes.
There have been some livestock killings over on the Collins farm. Do you know anything about that?
Collins Farm. I've never been there. I live here. But I know it's not exactly a farm.
The locals say they saw you out there wandering through the woods.
We don't want to charge you with any crime. We just want to know if you've seen anything at all unusual.
Just fresh air. Trees. Birds. That's all. It's public land. I have rights.
A man named Ray Velez was murdered out there last week.
Really, that's too bad.
That's awful, actually. What happened?
The same thing that happened to Colin's livestock. He was attacked by some sort of animal.
Out there? No way.
Well, you should stick close to home just to be safe.
It's a good idea. Excellent idea. Yeah, I mean, the woods, right? They're nice and everything, but, well, it ain't worth getting ripped up into little pieces over, huh?
If you do think of anything we should know, you can contact us or Sheriff Reed.
I'll do that. Have a little tea with the sheriff?
Think about it. All the killings happen in the full moon. Farmer sees something in the dark, a guy gets killed. Bingo, it's Lon Chaney time. You know, it's funny how close our beliefs in the supernatural are to the surface.
Well, it's called the unknown, our oldest and most primal fear. An event occurs, no apparent explanation, so people fall back to superstition. Why? Well, because they need to understand it, even by way of an outlandish myth.
Yeah, well, this myth's got everybody scared silly. You find anything?
No, but I've been thinking about our autopsy reports. All the cattle we found had their hearts missing. But Velez, the guy who died...
Yeah, he got cut up pretty bad.
Our pathologist reported that all his vital organs were left intact. Whatever attacked him was out to kill, swift and deadly, but it didn't want a trophy.
So you think it was a different killer?
No, I mean, the method and claw marks match, but I'm thinking the reasoning behind Velez's murder might be divergent.
Different locations.
Look, animals attack for two reasons, right? One, for food, but two, to protect their territory. I think, whatever this thing is, people came too close for comfort, and it felt threatened.
Yeah, and witnesses said Velez was some kind of a hothead, said he was out to kill something that night. Instead, something killed him.
Well, maybe in self-defense. But still, I don't know any animal in this region that's capable of doing this.
And not leave any traces.
Unmistakable. You can tell by the paw pad formation. Canis lupus.
So we are dealing with a wolf.
It looks like it. Or maybe not.
That's no animal print.
Case log update. We've completed the initial phase of our investigation. All evidence points to a violent, unpredictable life form of tremendous strength and power. We still don't have enough evidence to prove conclusively what's responsible for these attacks.
Could be a hoax.
I'd say a brutal murder is going way beyond a hoax. What about the footprints?
The lab reports do say that both the wolf and the human prints are authentic. If it is a hoax, it's a damn good one.
A psychological profile reveals that this could be the work of some psychotic individual suffering from a clinical mental disorder known as lycanthropy. That's what the subject believes it is able to become a wolf.
I still don't see how the bite and the claw marks could possibly be man-made.
Then there's the epidermal condition known as hypotrichosis.
You're talking about someone with hair coming out of every pore in his skin.
Well, that could explain what George Collins saw that night.
I don't think hypertrichosis completely explains some psychopath that's ripping the hearts out of half a dozen cattle and murdering a farmhand.
But what we're looking at here is an individual who could be suffering from a variety of ailments, both physiological and psychological.
Let's set up environmental monitoring and surveillance on the farm and in the woods. I want to know if anything so much as twitches out there. This is Doyle. Comlink check. Axon. Cooper, do you copy?
Yeah, this is Axon. We copy. We're heading out to a remote site tree for our manned surveillance shift. Got about an hour till sundown. We'll check back in with you once we're operational. Axon out. Now, I'm starting to wonder if this phenomenon hasn't moved on. 2 weeks of nothing.
Never know. Should be a good night for it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Two weeks of watching and waiting. This thing will be back the moment you people are gone. We need to hunt it down, I'm telling you.
Don't start on that again, George. You signed the papers. These people are running the show. Just let them do their work.
Yeah, sure. Hope you get a nice photograph of the monster for your next science convention.
I hope you people know what you're doing. I've seen what this thing can do.
Part of the job. We'll contact you if we need any assistance.
But thanks for your concern, Sheriff.
You take special care of this young lady. You see nothing bad happens to her. Good hunting.
Nice guy.
Let's get visuals online.
Coming up now. All systems looking good. Axon, Cooper, are you in position yet?
Okay, we're all set here. Microwave and thermal imaging online. Night vision's up.
Affirmative. We have your scanners on our screens. Maintain regular contact set at 5-minute intervals.
Copy that. Axon out.
Vibrations.
Scientists. They're looking in the wrong place.
Shep, this is Reed. You copy? Shep, you copy? We got another kill out here en route.
Dispatch, over. Are you there? Do you copy?
Stay here and continue monitoring.
Harry,
Come with me.
copy? Come in, Harry.
Donner, bring the team back in. We need to regroup. Cooper, your report mentioned the possibility of this creature reacting to an invasion of its territory.
Possibly, but the kills have been expanding in location.
It would seem to be getting bolder.
Or more cunning. It pulled that cow from a neighboring farm and left it on the road for someone to find.
You saying it laid a trap?
Well, wait a minute. Part of this theory doesn't make any sense. See, wolves hunt in packs, but this creature seems to hunt alone.
But kills like a wolf.
Meaning?
There may be another factor at work here. All kills, both human and animal, occurred during the height of a lunar cycle. While the moon was full, the creature was active.
The moon is supposed to cause odd changes in people's behavior. According to the werewolf theory, the full moon causes a man to become a wolf.
Widen the net.
You know, to tell you the truth, I don't like having to carry weapons. They make me nervous.
It's just a precaution. Doyle's being extra cautious. I gotta tell you, and no offense against Cooper, I sure am glad I get to stay up all night with you this time.
What's the matter? Cooper starting to drive you crazy?
The guy, he's into insects and fish and snakes. I mean, that's all he ever talks about.
He's a zoologist. What'd you expect? A discussion about quantum chaos mechanics?
Well, it might be nice for a change. I don't know.
Axon, Donner, we have movement in your sector. Do you copy?
Copy. It's heading in the field.
I have a target lock moving across the field towards ground zero.
Enhanced visuals?
Thermal's tracking it, but
It's moving fast.
All field teams converge on ground zero. Target is on site. Proceed with code red security. Donner, report.
Moving too fast. I can't lock onto it.
Donner, Axon, you copy?
It's moving to the southeast part of the field.
On our way.
Peter, you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Final case log entry. An autopsy on a transient known only as Galen revealed that the bullets in his body matched Donner's gun. As well, partially digested livestock organs were found inside his stomach. As to how Galen came to be transformed into a beast-like creature remains a mystery. Connor Doyle, out.
It would appear from the documented circumstances in this case that the transient Galen did in fact assume the physical characteristics of a wolf with murderous effect. Moreover, this does not seem to be an isolated event. There have been multiple reports of this type from around the world, and the physiological process of transformation from Homo sapiens to Canis lupus remains a mystery.
Dr. Murphy, call 15. Dr. Murphy, call 15.
Mr. Wilson, I want to make absolutely certain that this is what you want. I just want to reiterate, I am completely opposed to this.
Don't you listen to him. Just relax and take your time.
Duty nurse, West Wing. Duty nurse, West Wing.
You're gonna be okay.
Go on.
Close your eyes. Think about how your skin felt before you were burned.
Every culture has its shamans, medicine men, and healers. In modern society, it is the medical practitioner. But increasingly, today's medical community acknowledges the value of creative visualization and positive affirmation, the spiritual aspect of successfully treating illness. Here in North America, the laying on of hands is a ritual utilized by some believers, and when results are achieved, it often warrants investigation and verification, as in case number 969121.
We've arrived to investigate the case of Dwayne Morris, the 16-year-old male who has healed a severely burned patient through alleged non-medical powers. Our contact is Dr. Brad Ferber of Chickahoma County Hospital. OSIRMD, Dr. Linda Davison is reviewing his report.
Mr. Wilson had third-degree burns over 36% of his body. Now there's not a trace of scarring. I watched it disappear with my own eyes.
It was like I actually came out of my body for a moment. And when I come back, my everything felt fresh and new again. Look, I can't explain it any other way. It was a miracle.
Miracles have been happening for a long, long time now. People just don't want to believe in them anymore. Well, I believe, and so does Dwayne.
If it's hard to take because we're just poor, simple people, then I'm sorry for those who can't accept it. They're just going to miss out.
Why do you think you can heal people?
Because I can.
No, I mean, but why you?
Well, Mama says it's on account of being chosen by God.
Is that what you believe?
I don't think much about it. I just do it.
How do you feel when you heal people?
Mama says I should feel good about what I do.
Do you?
I'm glad I can make people feel better.
But how do you feel when you're actually, at the moment, healing someone?
Sometimes I can feel their pain.
Sometimes, or all the time?
Oh, I haven't done it that many times. Mr. Wilson, the man who got burned, he was the first person I didn't know.
Your mom told me that your father died last year.
He had a heart attack. He worked very hard.
Did you try to save him?
I tried. He was just too sick.
Did it hurt when you tried to heal him?
Can you really read my brain with all this stuff?
We can only see if you're telling the truth.
Why would I lie?
Any headaches, lightheadedness, or dizziness?
No.
Trouble sleeping?
No.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No. I could. Mama says I have to be careful who I can trust now that people know what I can do.
Your mom is pretty smart, isn't she?
She's always thinking, making plans.
What kind of plans?
For the future.
Are you okay?
Fine. It's fine.
You were in pain.
I know. I'm sorry.
What do you want now? You kept Dwayne busy all day at that hospital.
We need to talk, Mrs. Morris. May I come in?
Dwayne's resting. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Would it have anything to do with the amazing powers of Dwayne Morris and a healing fair?
Dwayne's got an obligation to do what the Lord means him to do. That purpose is far greater than anything you people think you're here for.
Mrs. Morris, you agreed to let us conduct an investigation. We can't do our job properly under these conditions.
You Mrs. Morris?
Yes?
Pardon me, ma'am. My name is Alice Brooks. This is my husband, Buddy. Excuse him, he's not feeling too well. Also, he's not much of a believer, if you know what I mean.
You came to see Dwayne?
I have heard of your son, yes, and I do have faith, ma'am, and I would do anything to save Buddy. The doctors have tried everything they know.
Well, Dwayne would be happy to help out, Buddy. But he's resting just now. Well, you come on back tomorrow, and we'll take good care of you.
Well, thank you. We don't have much in the way of savings.
Well, don't you worry. You just come back tomorrow, and we'll get it all straightened out.
Thank you very much.
Now, what would you have me do? Send that poor man home to die?
I'd swear there was never any wound here.
When we tried to get Dwayne to heal a subject under controlled conditions, he seemed to panic.
Why?
Could call it performance anxiety. He displays a somewhat immature psychodevelopment and a fragile emotional state. He depends strongly on his mother for his sense of security.
If Dwayne can somehow cause rapid cellular regeneration, and we can figure how, it could radically change medical history.
I've discussed the situation with headquarters. As unusual as it seems, we've decided to allow them to proceed with the healing fair. We can't let the opportunity to observe Dwayne in action slip away.
Yes. It's important that his surroundings be secure and comfortable for him.
Well, they're not ideal conditions, but we can set up a covert operation so Dwayne won't feel as though he's being watched. The community won't even know we're there. Case log update. We've assembled all the necessary equipment and undercover personnel for covert operation of the planned healing event.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Linda.
Hi, I'm Judy.
I'm a friend of the Morris family. Before Dwayne sees you, we'd like to know a little bit more about what's wrong with you, just so that he can prepare.
Oh, well, it's my mama. It's my neck.
Well, so far, no one's noticed the biofeedback rig.
We were able to hide the leads quite well. I'd really like to have rigged up the patient's though, not getting much from Dwayne at all. Not even an increase in pulse.
We're almost to the front now. Hold on.
Help! You gotta help me. It's my daughter. Her horse threw her. She hit her head on a rock.
There, put her down on the ground, gently.
I gotta get her and see Dwayne.
Please, I'm a doctor. Lay her down. She may have intracranial hemorrhaging. We have to get her to a hospital immediately.
The hospital's half an hour away. What if she doesn't make it?
Get back.
Please.
Get
Anton,
back.
proceed to location and assist.
Don't let her die.
Get back.
Help's on the way.
Please, this girl needs proper medical attention.
I can help her. Help her? Please.
We saw the biofeedback event that occurred when he was healing the young girl because it was so significantly larger than any of the others. We're still not sure if there's a direct relation between these events and some other factor involved in the process.
He was quite exhausted after the experience.
He's holding up emotionally, but I don't know how long that's going to continue.
It doesn't help that his mother pushes him as hard as she does.
Don't underestimate Dwayne's inner sense of obligation. He has a genuinely giving nature, and in his own way believes that he's chosen. I'm also quite concerned that he may be driven by his guilt surrounding his father's death.
Lindsay, what's the status of our covert surveillance?
Our cover was maintained.
Surveillance of the Morris residence?
In place and active.
You did a good job today.
I know.
You just got to work a little faster. We turned away a lot of sick people today.
I'll try harder.
We got to support ourselves now that your father's not around. You know, not all of these people can afford to pay much, so we got to help as many as we can.
I know, Mama.
Don't you worry. Now you go on, get to bed. Need your rest. I'm Marcia Morris. How are you, sweetheart?
Marcia, Professor Doyle would like to speak with you for a few moments. He's just over by the trailer. It's all right. I'll look after things here for the time being.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morris.
Oh, of course, Alice Brooks.
Right. Yes, and this is Buddy. I'm so sorry to bother you, but we were just here yesterday, and we were almost at the front of the line.
Oh, yes, I remember. Oh, I'm so sorry we had to close down early, but we saw what happened.
Yeah, and thank God that girl is okay. Me and Buddy both said a prayer for her and for your Dwayne, too, last night.
Oh, thank you.
Alice, come on. Can't you see the lady has things to tend to?
Let me just ask her what I want to ask. Now, I'm not saying that Buddy here is in any greater need than any of the others here today.
I understand completely. I just have to go talk to someone. But when I get back, I'll have Dwayne see you right away.
Bless you. See? Never hurts to ask.
Our tests have been unable to zero in on what exactly is taking place physiologically when the healing occurs.
Well, maybe that's just not for us to question.
We are very concerned about Dwayne. He seems near exhaustion.
Well, the healings, they seem to take a lot out of him.
We feel he shouldn't be pushed too hard.
Dwayne is doing the Lord's work. He will be protected. And what's meant to be is meant to be. Professor Doyle. Connor! Oh, my God. Oh, baby. What happened?
He came up with some air. He said he didn't feel well. He just collapsed.
Subject is down. We need transportation immediately.
Come on, say something, please. Is he all right?
Dwayne's very sick.
What's wrong with him?
We've managed to relieve the subdural hematoma. We're treating the appendicitis with antibiotics and the burn as best we can, but there's so much to deal with. He's displaying the symptoms of all the afflictions he's healed.
How can that be?
We haven't even begun to try and figure that out. Right now, we are concentrating on trying to keep him alive.
Is he going to be okay?
Lots of sick people still need me.
You gotta worry about getting better yourself. I know I've pushed you. I know I've told you the good Lord meant for you to do this.
Why does he want me to feel their pain?
He doesn't. And neither do I. Now you just think about getting better. You hear me? That's what I want.
Hi there, Dwayne. I'm sorry that we haven't been able to find out enough yet about how you do what you do, but just be patient with us. We're working as hard as we can to find out.
Mom, I'm sorry I couldn't save Dad.
Oh, it's all right. No.
I was scared.
Honey, that was not your fault. I know.
I'm amazed he's hung in this long. We're actually starting to see some signs of improvement.
It seems as if he has somehow manifested a physiological transference of the ailments that he's attempting to heal.
But why wouldn't they appear in Dwayne right away?
Well, maybe he's in control of some ability that suppresses it in himself. It could be related to the biofeedback event we noticed upon the moment of healing.
Why don't you correlate the data with that in mind and see what you come up with?
Dwayne, you shouldn't be out of bed.
I'm feeling much better now. Is it okay if I go for a walk?
If you really feel up to it.
Why don't we join you?
When can I start healing people again?
Dwayne, there's always going to be someone who needs you. People get sick. Eventually everyone dies. You're going to have to learn that you can't always help everyone.
Dr. Davidson? Dr. Hendricks? I have the results of that data correlation we discussed.
Oh, yes. Don't go far, Dwayne.
represents the energy Dwayne expends. The more ill a person is, the more energy it would take for Dwayne to heal.
Where is Dwayne?
I need a crash cart, stat.
Code blue, 395. Code blue, 395.
He's dead.
You okay there?
Thanks. I'm fine. Fine, thanks.
Final log entry. Dwayne Morris's cause of death was officially recorded as heart failure. An autopsy of this subject revealed no further explanation of how he managed to cure others and yet failed to save himself. Connor Doyle, out.
Dwayne Morris died a quiet hero. He sacrificed his own life in the process of absorbing the illnesses of those he helped. Marcia Morris never realized fame and fortune through her son's beautiful power, but perhaps she gained something more valuable, something that can't be measured in dollars, an understanding of human kindness and compassion like that which Dwayne intrinsically and unselfishly imparted to others. I'm Dan Aykroyd for Psi Factor.